WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
It's official West Suburbs and Chicagoland area. The Naperville Soul Fest is back, featuring a live performance by Avery Sunshine and Carl Thomas on Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul, Selena Johnson, and Riis. On stage Saturday, June 4th at Naper Settlement, located at 523 South Weber Street in downtown Naperville. If you missed the last Naperville Soul Fest, you don't want to miss this one. Get your discounted tickets on Eventbrite or visit napervillesoulfest.com for more event details. For vendor opportunities with access to over 7,000 attendees, text 630-202-6431. That's 630-202-6431. Spend your first weekend in June at the Naperville Soul Fest with Avery Sunshine Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul on Saturday, June 4th. Check out napervillesoulfest.com for more information.
keep calling it. Give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a million, you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the ease you give now. Please don't back down on me. I know you've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. Know that I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying you don't love, it's never enough. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That is, that is, that is. Put your pride aside for me. That is, while I'm trying to get it, need it. That is, put your pride aside for me. Put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside. Put your pride aside, put it aside. On me. Put your pride aside for me.
You see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Upon to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to love. You make it easy. Say,
take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the A to the B, everywhere. I'll take you downtown, girl. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life.
Lake Shore, I made sure to make sure, that my place yours, 28th floor, I had 8 thoughts, all 8 yours, cake for dessert, but I ate yours.
Take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the A to the B, everywhere. Fly all over. Your last boy couldn't get what you asked for. Your last boy didn't even know. I'm gonna take you downtown, girl. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you down. 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 I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the finer things in life.
Yeah, man. Ideas, man. Ideas.
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. And it's so clear to see that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. And it's so clear to see that you wanna be free.
Let's go.
Standing my ground, I can't mess around now. It's like my time is in
WIIFTV-PM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Taj Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show on a Thursday. Serious business in the world today. Serious business. A lot going on. I want to thank everybody who showed up last night. I appreciate you. I want to be clear. It has begun. It has begun. So, reach out to the people. To those of you that were there last night, you know, like sometimes I think, let me thank everybody who came out last night. But I just want to be clear, it has begun. So let's, I want to say what's up to everybody. I want to get this show started. I'm in a kind of a peculiar place this morning, to say the least. I think we're going to have to get our Twitter game up. I know we do a lot on Facebook, but I think there's a lot we got to start being prepared for. So this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, here on a Thursday morning. With an uncomfortable label. That's probably one of the most dangerous labels in the world. And I got to be honest in saying that might be off my game just a little this morning. Just a little. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me. I'm going to ask you to bear with me. So it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm going to say what's up to everybody in the building today. Shout out to Miss Ruthie Moore. Ruthie, what's up, man? How you feeling this morning? And thank you.
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, it's a nice day. I refuse to let the weight of the world impact me on this wonderful 6 to 9 last Thursday. They ain't about to get me.
Oh, okay. So did you wear that scarf in memorial?
In memory of the winter.
In memory of the
Actually,
coat.
no, I ain't even wear no socks today.
So you put on a scarf but no socks. Okay.
Baby steps, Maze. Baby steps.
That in reverse, though.
Listen, I'm excited about this time change. Like, super excited. So I hope Everybody else is.
Well, I hope we have a time change.
Woo.
Y'all laughing.
Listen, I woke up with a spirit of it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Because really, the most dangerous label is black man. So we walking in not just faith, but in bravery. Hey, what's the worst that could happen? Man, you done seen the bottom of the ocean. They put concrete on your feet, my brother, and sunk you to the bottom. And you had to languish at the bottom, swim your way back up, fight off the sharks, fight off the other people trying to put you on the boat, fight off the black people holding down your legs. So, you all right. You all right.
All right. That's my girl, Ruthie Moore. In the building. What's up, DJ Riis the Ruler? How you feeling today?
You know what, today I am blessed by the best. You already know the rest. Ruthie, I woke up today feeling like that too. I actually got some sleep, and I woke up pretty early. I was like actually up at like 4:35. Like I was moving, like what's up. Went outside, felt the sun. I actually got here like 5:40. I got stepped out the car, and I was like, man, it's a beautiful day. Took the long way around, came back around. So you know what I'm
you
feeling.
got gas.
No, I'm talking about on my feet after I parked. I took the long way out. What you mean gas is
That must mean he must be hanging out with his cousin on the walk.
I wasn't hanging out with my cousin at that time. But you know what I'm saying? But nah, it was definitely good, man. I'm feeling pretty good, man.
You know what? It is the season to take your cousin outside.
Yeah,
take your cousin to work day.
Yeah, we must.
91 today. Take your cousin.
Take your cousin to work day.
So you get.
I thought that was 420.
I don't know what you
It's
talking
like
about.
It's just 20.
I'm talking about my cousin. What you talking about, man?
On your cousin's birthday, I thought was on 420. Yeah. Good morning, man. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
Good, boss. Take this jet on up out of here, man. You ready to fly over these problems, man, and get the show started? Right,
Man. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's do this. We got Maze, Riis, and Ruthie. We in the plane. Let's get this thing up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Hey, y'all. It is the elections are coming up, Ruthie, for CTU. The battle for CTU supremacy. Stacey Davis Gates is poised to take over what is one of the most powerful unions, but this year there seems to be a little bit of competition. So I think, first of all, I think Stacey Davis Gates is going to win. I feel like it's the time now for the black generation to take their spaces for the ones that's left. Like the spots that ain't taken, because you saw Rosa Escarino became the head of the Chicago Park District too. So we lost that. So we got to make sure Stacey.
You called that one. You're like, duh.
But you know what? I'm concerned now that as I start, I'm truly concerned that as I call these things, if you take them in 10-second snippets, then you're going to be able to call me anti something else. So I don't even know. I don't think you can listen to the Maze Jackson Show in 10 minutes, in 10-second snippets. But that's all you need. And it's like, my thing is I know the game. So, I'm mad at myself. I am mad at myself. Joe Biden was in town yesterday. People was talking about, man, traffic all backed up. I said, he is on the Joe Biden is here. And they was like, well, why is Lakeshore Drive? Because that's where they land the helicopters.
Oh. Yeah, he was at McCormick Place, right?
Right. So if I'm Joe Biden, I'm taking the chopper from O'Hare.
You think they let him drive on a little secret road?
Well, Tony Preckwinkle met him there.
Okay.
So he flew. He took the chopper. He took Marine One. Now, I wonder, do they have to fly the helicopters in? Like, how does the presidential helicopter get from Washington, D.C. to here. And they have 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them, you don't know which one the president is. Or 3 of them, excuse me.
That's probably that's only like a 3-hour plane ride.
But you fly in a chopper. Well, it's all day, but they do have a jet. Yeah, I mean, man, just think about that. You got to do 3 everywhere you go. So it could be a decal. So I think ain't it like 2 Air Force Ones or something?
Mm-hmm.
So you could be up there and be like, that ain't him.
Using gas up.
Dang, I wonder what it costs to fill up Air Force One.
You probably don't even want to know.
Dog, don't even take no trips. They don't even care.
Know.
They just be like, pull up to the oil field. They got a presidential oil field. All right. He was here for the International Brotherhood of Electric Workers international convention, as well as he went to Kankakee, Ruthie.
I saw that. He was in Kankakee County, vastly different from the city of Kankakee. Not to be confused
with Pembroke.
No, not to be.
What if
Kankakee County is like southern Illinois? Put it that way.
You ain't got to tell me.
Now the city of Kankakee, a little bit more cool.
I'm from I like Aroma Park.
Oh, that's that's with the whites.
Well, that was where the Nazarene camp was. Okay, you can't.
Okay,
say,
my bad. I know we gotta be. We gotta be. I can't even
politically
say
correct.
It ain't even politically correct. We gotta be. I don't want to dig.
I think we can't laugh today.
You said we cannot laugh?
I mean, I really don't know what to say.
There's nothing that you can say. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of public opinion, man. Let me get a sound bite. Let me get a snippet.
Hey, man. The show, from now on, you're going to have to pay me. Let me not say you're going to have to pay me. Let me just say that we really probably need to go to subscription-based so that at least you can't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just, no.
I'm with you on that.
No, here's my thing. I believe that the show is kind of like black people talking amongst themselves. But because it's public, everyone gets to have a comment and make an opinion on it. And then in the times when it is convenient to be able to use it. And I remember I told you I asked where's there a place to have frank discussions, be able to safely ask questions, share opinions without fear of, I don't ever think that we allow people to be hateful. It's like, I just want you to be able to say your opinion even if I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I feel like that's kind of why I did the show with Joe Walsh back in the day.
Uncomfortable conversations?
Uncomfortable conversations, because who wants to, again, I could drill all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be fine. I could talk about the murder, the death of us all day long. Play videos, kick it, and be straight. And
I think one of the good things about you being just a person that likes history and that know how to read, I think that always can come to your benefit, because we done seen this play a lot of, we done seen the play happen a lot. So it's not like it's anything new. And so,
but when you see us always going for it,
100%. But I think it's really just about, I think you've built your shelter good enough, you can weather the storm. it sounds crazy out there with the wind and stuff and the rain all hitting the sides. The lights done went out, but your shelter is strong enough, so you'll be straight.
I think, I'm always more concerned about my family.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is, I'm 100% good with my hedge of protection. And I think that extends to my family. But I also, you never want to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like they always say, like, it ain't what people call you, it's what you respond to. And it's like, okay, thank you for that old saying. I appreciate that. but it's, I think that there are different instances where okay, so I'll give you an example. Like, it's some things that you ain't gonna ever let nobody call you. Like, and if you do, you probably is. Like, it's just some things you just ain't gonna let people say about you. And I think you have to carefully choose those moments because people they'll try to smoke you out just to make you have to say something. But it's some things that people say about you that is like, shmeh. So you gotta like pick and choose. It's a balancing act because it's like, well, when is the right time to say? Maybe I shouldn't say, but I don't want to be labeled. Whatever you decide to do, Maze, you already know we got your back.
All right. Well, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis. Let's get this thing up. Did we get it up already? We went to 60,000 feet. I can't look out the windows right now. They smoked out. But that's okay. Look, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages with some more headlines and the social media question of the day.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Week events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Week members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Maze Jackson.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the Black people?
I want to know, is there an offensive Black people list? Who manages it, and do Black people have to honor it?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the Black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both Black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the Black folks is just as mad as the white slave owner. Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, bro. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Maze Jackson. And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:36 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop will be 26 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 18. On the Edens inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 31 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield, 27 minutes. On the Eisenhower Thorndale to the Loop 45 minutes, 35 minutes back out to Thorndale. While the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 55 minutes. Outbound will be 31. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 47 minutes. 27 minutes back out as the Dan Ryan will be 24 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South will be 7 minutes, 55th to Jackson and back, and 8 minutes north. Today's weather, it is currently 75 and sunny. Today will be a high of 84 and a low of 68. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Thursday here on The Mace Jackson Show.
To the grave, from the grave, back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. To the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, oh Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy.
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl Ruthie Moore in the building. My man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos, y'all. I'm running through the headlines. Once again, thank you to everybody who came out last night. It is on and popping. It is officially on and popping, so we need to talk about it a little bit more. I'm going to stack you up with some information. We got to get on the outsides. Shout out to ECCSC who showed up last night, but they also showed up at the Rainforest Cafe Cannabis. Did you see that? Did you see this whole social equity thing? Mm. And it's amazing to me that as one of the leading people who hijacked us in the cannabis situation, who led the legislation, is in the game.
You talking about that white man with the weed conviction back in the day?
The lady.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I saw ECS. He made a comment in the paper about that white man who qualified as a social equity because he caught a weed case back in the day. But I'm like, your life outcomes was pretty good. Like,
right, you became.
How did you beat that? How you beat a doobie case back in the day and rose to the height of your career? Like, stop playing.
Because there's no racism in the world.
Yeah, colorblind society.
Everyone has a fair opportunity. What's wrong with you?
That's wild.
What's this? Did you see there was a shooting by the Bean? Man, Charlie.
I saw that every time I drive past Buckingham Fountain at the Bean, I think about Riis and how I was like, ooh, and there's something I'm finna post about that, but
no, you
I don't know. I ain't going downtown to get shot. I stay in my own neighborhood for that.
Right. It's almost like it's better to.
Like,
Goodness gracious.
woo.
And then finally, NBA legend Bob Lanier passed at age 73. He was an ambassador for the NBA and just a really all-around good guy, according to people. Played in the 70s. He was a number 1 draft pick from St. Bonaventure back in 1970, when the league was like getting too black. Do you remember Artis Gilmore?
Mm-mm.
Man, I remember we used to go to the Bulls games in the 70s, and Artis Gilmore was there. Boy, I was charged up. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, plus Ruthie Moore. And we had started this conversation yesterday, but Riis, why don't you hit the button, because I want to ask this question.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Should musical lyrics and videos be admissible in court? Hey, wait, hold up. I didn't even say what's up to the Saints. Man, they done got my energy off so much today that I didn't even say what's up to the Saints. Look, y'all, play some Church Chicago. I got to hear some guy going to turn it around and turn it back on so I can go back and get my Saint. You know what? So, look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, plus Ruthie Moore in the building. And y'all know how we do every day at 6:30. It's a little bit later than 6:30. It's about 6:42. And at 6:42, you know how we do around 6:30. We welcome the Saints from WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, the Saints from WBGX 1570 AM. Y'all tune in. You know what, Ruthie? You know how I know the Saints be tuning in? Because last night, my man Ryan showed up. And I said, Ryan, what's your Facebook name? He said, I'm not on Facebook. He said, brother, when I saw that you put the call out, I listen every morning. I felt like I had to be there. I had to come. When the call went out, brother, I needed aid. When you needed aid and assist, I had to be there. He pulled up, he waved. I was like, you know how you be waving? Like, I don't know. He said, man, I wake up every day and listen to you. I said, so what? You listen from 6 to 9? He said, no, 6:30. I'm with the Saints. So I want to thank all of the Saints who tune in. To my seniors out there, look, y'all, I'm going to need y'all. Look. Woo. Let me just tell you. I'm going to have to, yesterday y'all missed it, but I read the 23rd Psalm. I'm going to have to start putting that in my thing because I got to, how I go, yea, through I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
Why did the Coolio song come in my head?
What Coolio song?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow.
You know what?
See, did he give David credit? Did David get points on that?
Bible?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How you gonna make a rap out of Bible verse and then y'all like, wait a minute, you talking about Coolio song?
No, that's why I said what, man.
Hey, Ruthie, I ain't gonna lie, me too. But I knew what he was talking about, but every time he said, I kept thinking like, yeah,
I need to get back in church.
a real.
Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that
You won't think that one.
Y'all, look, the kids gonna be like, man, they're gonna be like, you know rap, Uncle Mace? No, I know the Bible. Thank you very much.
That's a rap song. I can YouTube it for you right now. What they gonna tell? I can YouTube it right. It's all on TikTok. It's a dance right now.
Do the David. What they call it? Do the Lord Shepherd.
God's gonna turn around.
Okay, hold on. I don't know if I'm gonna offend somebody.
No. We gonna have the Christian Crusaders out there.
Right there.
Man, it was blasphemous when you did the Dougie for Jesus.
It's now the holy days. You ever been in church when they be dancing? Have you ever been in church when they flip a church song into a street song into a church song?
Yeah, so you got to catch yourself.
Right. Okay.
Like, I put a little bit too much body roll in that one.
Or somebody dancing be like, that person ain't shouting for real.
Yeah, you ain't shouting. You just was like, let me get in there.
You like, let me. You footworking up there. Now I see you.
Right.
Y'all battling up there. Get shit on down.
Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. So that's right. We welcome the Saints every day at 6:30, 1570 AM. Y'all, don't forget, we're moving next week, so we'll be from 3 to 6. I got to talk to my man Brian over at 1570 to get this thing worked out. But in case you don't, you just keep on checking us out. Now, I got to also say thank you to the sinners. Sinners, y'all done got me in trouble. I'm just telling you. Sinners, like, I ain't gonna say I feel like Jesus because I don't want to be blasphemous, but I am taking it for the sinners. Right? Like, that ain't me, y'all. That they be like, y'all done caught in and I got to take it all. But it's okay. The sinners be here at 6 and they stay here for 9 till 9 every single day. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. This is the Maze Jackson show. It is. It's like we've been this way for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We don't mean no harm. But we don't mean no harm. But I do believe that I have a calling, mission, whatever you want to call it. And it be these times when it be like super, 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 super hard. But it's ironic that we was talking about that hedge of protection this week. So yeah, it's like obviously we got a lot going on. I'm gonna need my information sharers to share information in a humble and discreet way. Remember the standards, but we cannot. I just refuse to accept labels. So thank you to the sinners every day, 6 to 9. 6 to 9 every day it'd be the same. Wait, is it how to go? 6:30 to 8 be the Saints. Mm-hmm. The sinners get here at 6. They stay till 9 because you got to stay a little late. Now you can catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Y'all check out that Twitter too. Get on top of the Twitter.
Elon Musk said he gonna let Trump back on.
Man, get on top of that Twitter.
I knew that was gonna happen. Come on, man. That's the reason why he bought it, man. You knew that was gonna happen.
He said, I'm gonna let him back on.
I miss Trump on that, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Trump used to wake up and Google the activation codes to the nuclear bomb. Then he didn't care what it was. Trump was tagging the U.S. in his beef with Kim, like, y'all back me up. I was like, see, how do we... Yeah, so that's why I miss him. He was a walking time bomb.
You know what I want to do? The greatest hits. Like, I want to do the Maze Jackson greatest hits, like, compilation of videos.
I remember that happening after a year. It was a recap. I remember that. We did that one year. It was like at the end of the year, it was like the best of the show, and you played clips.
Did I?
And it was that one particular clip of you know who, and you arguing. You know what I'm talking about? I think it was a Kwame.
Oh, leave Kwame out this, man.
I'm just saying that was one of the best.
I told you, Kwame is that. Let me tell you, I'm a unabashed. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I can't even say it because then they'll be like disavow him. So I'm gonna just be cool. But no, I don't. But I do think it's so amazing to me the people that have used this platform when they needed it. Mm-hmm. And then when it's convenient too. And I just, like my sincerest hope is that black people do not join on the bandwagon. Mm. Right? Like, I can't control what anybody else does. But I just pray to, like, Ruthie, I have told you I am never one to bring a rope to a lynching. Mm-hmm. And it is my sincere hope that I'm not looking at the black folks. Mm-hmm. That's all. All right, so it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, plus DJ Riis the Ruler. Y'all don't forget we are moving to 3 o'clock next week. 3 o'clock. What you for?
I'm excited. You know I ain't going to be here Monday, though, because I had a... But I'm going to be here next week. We just got to figure out what days you want me to come in, man. You know, I'm open. That's 3 to 6. I'm feeling it.
We got to change your days now, Ruthie.
So just let me know what days you want me to come in.
Monday.
Come on, what days you want me to come in?
We was changing the time, Ruthie. So I'm just assuming that Mondays and Thursdays was at least locked in. Now we got to renegotiate the days.
We ain't got to negotiate. I just want to know what works best for everybody.
5 days a week.
Wait, but that's not everybody. That don't work for me. We gotta compromise, Maze. Compromise.
That's how y'all be. That's what they always tell you need to do. Compromise. That's how I got to where I am right now. It's the Mace Jackson Show. That's right. We're going to figure it out loud. Anyway, I'm telling you, though, I'm going to be here Monday at 3 o'clock, regardless of whether Ruthie show up or not. Riis will be here. We're going to figure that whole thing out and figure out what the days are. But look, y'all, it is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Ruthie Riis. Riis, you got the button? Hit the button, man. Oh, Riis,
which button? You just did it. You want me to hit the social media question button again?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay, all right.
I was just
making sure. Okay.
It's okay. You can hit it twice. You can hit it as many times as we say. You can be social media question. Social media question. Hey, it's the social media question of the day. Go ahead.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Should musical lyrics and videos be admissible evidence in court? Should music, lyrics, and videos be admissible in court? I don't care what the genre is. Can country music videos, can rock and roll videos, can salsa videos, can mariachi videos, can drill videos be used in admissible evidence in court? I would like to get your opinion. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. We watched some videos the other day. I was talking, let me back up. It started with the Lil Mike and Antonio Brown story, where the two young men who knew each other, grew up together, became ops, and wound up killing each other, or not killing each other. Anthony shot Lil Mike. And we then saw Anthony's video, and I was just like, whoa, right? Then we saw this. Remember I told y'all that I believe that drill is the new crack? Mm-hmm. We then got into the kind of the concept of all of these videos. We saw, YSL. Yesterday, them being indicted, and they're saying that they were a criminal enterprise, that they were going to use federal RICO statutes potentially against them. And they arrested 28 members of their organization, including Young Thug and Gunna. And I said that this is, I then compared it again to the drill music and this rap being the next, the driver of the new crime bill, right? So if you replace crack with the drill music and then you take these videos, I was talking about the video that we watched of all the black kids in the room, who were with the choppers and the clit, what you call them, when you put the switches, and remember they was all on the videos, they was smoking, but they was talking about the people that they murdered, and they named Lil Mike. And one of the things that dawned on me is how they know all the names of people that they killed, because they knew them. Mm-hmm. Like actually knew them, because they grew up a block away. So when they be like, and Lil Mike got rolled up and blah, 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 I'll be like, wait a minute. Y'all was in kindergarten together. So then I thought about the crime on the streets. Like I thought about all the killings and all the shootings, and then I was thinking about all those videos that I watched, and I said, do you think we could solve these crimes if we used the videos? Because I felt like in one of the videos, I heard at least 3 admissions of murder. And so, and they coincide date and time with things that happened. Then we pulled up the story of when the city said they were coming, when the Fed said they were coming to Chicago to double down on finding crime. And then we saw the arrest of the 5 people from O Block who were arrested for shooting FBG Duck. And it got me to asking, one, are these labels now being looked at as criminal enterprises? I talked about going back to when I remember when the Wu Gambinos and when we first started taking on the mob kind of mentality, like the Italian Mafia, Gotti, all of that stuff. To that actually being the mode of doing business, right? Like that being, at a certain point, it was imaginary. But then over time, that imagination became the way that people ran their businesses, like mob families. Then you get to like how the merger of the hip hop groups and like the street organizations. And I would tell you that there's always been some connection. But a lot of times when I came up, it was the dope guys financing a rapper, as compared to now the enterprise being built around or through the rapper. So I remember one time when they pulled somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they pulled him over on his tour bus because he was also moving bricks of cocaine while he was on tour. And nobody was going to suspect that a rap tour bus, but then they did and they found it. And so then I went to, remember, yesterday we went we just put O Block in. And it was just like video after video after video after video. And every time you listen to them, they was like, such and such got rolled up and blah, 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 da, da, and you'd be like, dang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solved right there. Then I saw that Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and a group of others are putting out are trying to fight the admission of rap lyrics into criminal cases. And because we're black and we know that there are tools, it's like they put the cheese out. The crack used to be the cheese. Now the cheese is drill music and becoming an artist, and then you turn into a killer. If we wanted to, do you think we could solve murders through music? And if so, should it be used as a tool? Because I can also see how it could be used as a tool to to take out a whole nother generation. Imagine if you put a criminal conspiracy on all of those young people that was in the room with Anthony, as they all had clips and guns and lasers and all type of stuff. And you say this is a criminal enterprise at 15, a RICO case. And you take them off the streets from 15 to 21. Should the music, and we know what that's going to lead to, it's going to lead to another generation of fathers not in the homes. But if the fathers are driving them into this space, what do we do? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Open up the line, Riis. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Morning. Good morning, Mace and Ruthie. How are you guys?
Good morning, Miko.
Hey, listen. So they want to use that as evidence in court. So are we going to arrest Facebook CEO, YouTube CEO for pretty much filtering the messages to put out the all call for retaliation? If we going to dive deep. Are we going to pretty much use Ozark to film what we see going on in our economics today? Are we going to do all of those things?
Turn that radio down.
Does it make sense?
It makes 100% sense.
I mean, let's expand this conversation. Let's expand this conversation for everybody that's culpable.
So I don't debate that it's
of what we see today in our youth. Let's do it.
Okay.
We can go back to my generation. Let's expand the conversation and go higher on the food chain. Let's expand the conversation to the movies can it be used as evidence when they had the Iran Contra, when they was pretty much dropping cocaine in our communities so they could feed, you know what I'm saying, them guns and stuff over there and train them for the war. Let's expand the conversation. If they're going to go there, you want to talk about it, let's talk about it all. While our children are so docile to where you rapping about what you did and you don't think that there will be no repercussions behind it because you openly telling on yourself. If nobody thinks that something is wrong mentally with our people, come on now.
Got to turn that.
What about the industry that's filtering it? Okay, I did. We have to pretty much talk about it all. We can't let them just pretty much carve out a space that they want to talk about it and pretty much, you know what I'm saying, go that way and without pretty much expanding it to everyone that's culpable. Now, if they want to do it, let's expand it to everyone that's culpable and see how much they back up off of that. Because the fact of the matter is, when people are talking about openly to the public about the crimes that they have committed, something is mentally wrong. There is a serious mental health issue, so stop it. Along with the drugs, you allow it to filter, the new type of drugs that you allow it to filter through our community. Let's talk about that, because nobody is pretty much busting those drugs by the droves, and I find that very interesting.
Okay.
I'm done.
I think you have a very good point. I think the challenge is that they never go for the culpability. Right? I mean, I think when you brought the point to even about the cocaine, it's like we know that the Iran-Contra, but who went to jail? And I'm asking, like, again, is it art imitating life or is it life imitating art? Right? And I do think that Tamiko's argument is pretty similar to the gun manufacturers, right? Which is, if we're gonna want to get to the root of the gun problem, let's talk about the gun manufacturers, them making these Uzi killer machine guns that can do all of this stuff, and the proliferation of switches that you can just order online that they can't stop because they know that again, it's the cheese. And again, if your goal is to get the mice, not to get you, like if you just trying to get us, if your goal isn't to get, you need something that you can point to right now, the sense of immediacy. And so I think when we talk about music and the proliferation of what's in our community, I think that's a greater conversation that it seems like even if you talk about it as Black people and you examine it, you can be labeled for it. And I just feel like there's more cheese down there. I think drill has become cheese that attracts a whole bunch of our young people who have never had steak, have never been completely educated, have never been completely embraced by society. And so it allows you to continue to trap them. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break. Then when we come back, we're going to talk about some other stuff. Social media question of the day. Should drill music be allowed admissible evidence in, not drill music, should music of any sort, videos, should they be used or admissible in the court of law? What if it's death poetry? Hope. Well, I'm just saying. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTPM.
It's official West Suburbs and Chicagoland area. The Naperville Soul Fest is back, featuring a live performance by Avery Sunshine and Carl Thomas on Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul, Selena Johnson, and Riis. On stage Saturday, June 4th at Naper Settlement, located at 523 South Weber Street in downtown Naperville. If you missed the last Naperville Soul Fest, you don't want to miss this one. Get your discounted tickets on Eventbrite or visit NapervilleSoulFest.com for more event details. For vendor opportunities with access to over 7,000 attendees, text 630-202-6431. That's 630-202-6431. Spend your first weekend in June at the Naperville Soul Fest with Avery Sunshine Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul on Saturday, June 4th. Check out NapervilleSoulFest.com for more information.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Wake up in the morning with the frown on my face, cause I know it's another day that I gotta face. Smile for people I don't wanna see, working at a job that nothing to show, but I got dreams and goals. But as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go. So there's one thing I gotta know: why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Rocking in that 9 to 5, got your girl hella tired. Why won't they let me be? Now I understand why my mama always used to ask that I think money grew on trees. I got these bills after bills and they just keep coming. Working overtime, but my pockets ain't flooding. Yeah, my funds low. Adult life is scarce.
Why money ain't free?
Why it ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me.
Why money ain't free? Yeah.
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
How the money ain't free. Every 5 minutes, kids bothering me. They seem to think that money grows on trees. Always asking for allowance and clean one thing. I'm sick and tired of my funds being low. Spent the whole bag on the groceries at the store. Got a little something, but I need a little more. And I'm a single mama, you should already know.
Why money ain't free?
How the money ain't free.
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it
Won't
to
you
me?
give it to me?
I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why money ain't free?
Why money ain't free? Yeah, why money ain't free? Yeah. Ooh, I miss your kiss. Oh, your kiss is one of a kind. It feels so nice. Girl, you do it right. I miss. Ooh, oh, girl, you don't go too fast. You take your time. Just how I like. I miss. Hey, oh, you kiss it, then I'm drifting off your love. Keeps me floating, girl. I miss. And ooh, it feels so good. I wanna come down. Girl, I'm missing that love. Come on. Ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? 'Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to life, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this is a dangerous show. Don't go to the church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. They ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to weren't the problem. Really, you expect, you oppressed, it's all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, plus my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. Hey, y'all. I was just asking before we went to break, should music, lyrics, and videos, and it's funny because y'all immediately, I know I used us as the example, but I said, what if it was a country music video? And Taylor Swift was like, and I killed him. And he died because I poured some acid in his eyes. And she sang it in the song. And then he died. And there was somebody who coincidentally. Like, don't see it as little Anthony and them. Like, if there's, and let's just say everything coincides. Doesn't mean you're guilty, but should they be able to use it? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning. Reese cut me off. Reese, you cut me off?
You said you was through. You literally said you was through.
No, I said I was done, but I was listening for you to come back and tell me, what you thought about what I said.
Oh, I mean, I think we can expand the conversation. I did actually tell you what I thought.
This is what I'm saying. We have to. You know why we have to? Because for every action, there's a reaction. If we didn't have a bunch of crack drug babies running around that is desensitized, PTSD. So you understand what I'm saying? So how do we get here? So we have to talk about it all. And if you want to pretty much lock everybody up that's culpable that you hear in this music talking about, they telling on themselves, let's talk about how they got the guns. Let's talk about the drugs that make them pop off very easily, how they're being filtered through our community without any repercussions. Nobody's getting locked up for the drugs that's coming in, the designer pills to be specific. Let's talk about all of that because you just letting it flow. And it makes them go from 0 to 10 real quick. So if they already have PTSD, they already desensitized, come on now, what you think is going to happen if they doing what they see on a regular basis that you also let continue in our community? So let's pretty much indict everybody.
And
what you think?
I think that sounds great. I don't think that that's how America works. I think that the people who could be indicted have multi-powered, high-tier, high-placed lobbyists. It's a reason that they cannot regulate. They have not been able to regulate social media in spite of why, right? Because those conglomerates now have almost in some cases become bigger than the government. Those oligarchs have now become multi-billionaires, but not only are they billionaires, think about it. Elon Musk feels kind of sort of bought free speech, right? In his purchase of these platforms. And so a lot of times I see people purchasing them so that they can be in control. Now, I would also say that it's also the cheese to entice us into our own demise, right? And the music and all of that. But if you are suffering from the crime in your neighborhood, whether it's from the drugs, whether it is from whoever imported the guns, we've seen that they never are interested in the source because they're invested in the source. They monetize the source. The source is on the stock exchange. So now what is the best way to deal with that? The best way is if I am bleeding, it's no different than when people say, I want to go home. And you say, don't sign that paper. And they say, man, I sign this paper if I can go home, but you're going to sign your whole life away. You're going to sign up for a felony. And so I don't debate you on that at all. I think it's, again, I would tell you that there is the country is not set up for black people to succeed. There are numerous pieces of cheese along the trail to stability that are often used to distract us from getting to where we want. And that is intentional. Now, I can't say who intended it. I can't say, I feel like if you talk about it right now, then it is, if you assign any blame, if you assign it to anyone, then you can be considered anti. But we cannot deny the fact that this system is not set up for us to be successful. And the closer you get to achieving a goal, right, those people who own the institutions are never going to do. Man, how much of the economy is Facebook now? How much of the economy is Apple? How much of the economy is Google? They are, so I sis, when I tell you I 100% accept your premise that we need to talk about it all, I do. But I think right now what's happening, and I'm trying to explain this, is that they have a new crack. They have a new product that has the same results, and they don't have to import it to refill the prisons. Right? They have a new product. So I'm asking you, because I think if you live in a crime impacted neighborhood, just like when crack was the issue, and grandma said, please do whatever you can, I don't care. That same wave is coming through the music. So I think you're right. I think there is a whole larger organization, but I also think that, again, when you talk about, say, for instance, Aaliyah Cohen, right, who moved from Def Jam and then went to YouTube Music, and he was the guy who signed Keith Chief and took this thing to a whole nother level and made the competition be there. Now, I don't know who knows how to exploit our pain and suffering best. But we cannot deny the negative impact that it has had on our community and now is having across the country. No, I don't ever want to see art criminalized. But I think what we're talking about, Miko, is the fact that you could solve the crimes because they're telling on themselves in them. Now, what are the results of that? The results of that is you may stop the shooting, but you may remove another generation of black people, another generation of fathers from the homes, another devastating impact. But this time they can say they can't blame it on the feds, they can blame it on you. Look, they committed suicide. We couldn't stop them from shooting each other. They make videos about it. And somewhere in our psyche, right, we have to. So again, I could talk about this ad nauseum, and we could look at the facts, and if we looked at the facts and the associations, but if we, again, that can get you labeled. So all I'm saying is whoever in our communities, we have to recognize that those things are cheese along the path to prevent. It's almost like going through a sieve. This didn't get you, let me put this in front of you. This didn't get you, let me put this in front of you. This didn't get you, let me put, the more starved you are for resources, the closer, the easier you go to the first piece of cheese. And I just don't think that. I asked the question because it's a weird conundrum. So I saw Jay and Meek Mill, and they criminal justice advocates, but should we be advocating for the music in our community, knowing the impact that it has? Let me just ask that. Let's not bring law enforcement into it. Mm-hmm. Let's just bring it as socially responsible in our own communities. Do we believe that is a healthy outlet for 15-year-olds to be intaking?
No.
Like, do you think?
I mean, I believe in, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Cool. But I think that rap music has gotten out of control.
Ruthie, could you imagine your mama saying, like, we
No.
all thought we was rappers.
No.
Could you imagine me rolling up, like, not even having the fear of your mom seeing you in the video?
Man.
Or how about the fear of the police seeing you in the video? And if you're saying to me that they are so doped up that they don't recognize that, then it's probably the same reason why they are willing to.
Well, it's what you have to do to get put on. Like, you probably ain't seen Lil Durk in one of them types of videos with the gun pointing at the camera in a long time.
But you got one, though.
Yes, because that's the perceived path to getting signed with these major record labels.
And so in 5 years, right, when they want to go back, because there's a statute of limitations.
Mm-hmm.
There's no statute of limitations on it. If somebody decides to get froggy, just like they did with these YSLs, it's never gone away.
Well, I think that there is a difference between committing murders and rapping about committing murders. It's a fine line, and I think the genie is out of the bottle. But I do think that if we don't protect freedom of expression, then I just don't think that rap should be singled out as the genre that needs to be censored.
I'm not seeing I feel like these be the things that happen to us. So do we think that there is a negative impact for our young people with this, with the pervasiveness? And when I say pervasive, I mean just how the spread of this style. Do you think it's a benefit to our youth?
So I think that artistic expression is beneficial to our young people.
In this format?
In some ways, yes. Like there have been positive impacts with with them being able to express themselves through poetry, music, and other creative means. So I wouldn't want to take that away wholeheartedly. But I do understand the destructive nature of it. Like, you can look on YouTube and see the destructive nature of it.
I be feeling like.
But think about this. Jay-Z. See, the thing I don't like about Jay-Z is he done already did all of his dirt. And he's still rapping about it. And so he trying to really protect himself so he can keep on rapping about him selling. So he can keep rapping about it so he don't face charges when somebody go dig up in his file to see what he done said and what he done did.
So let me say this, and I can feel you on that. I feel like Jay is like, you gotta put it together, right? And I don't even know if the people that would be on that would be clever enough to put it together. Like, they'd have to have somebody black sit down and be like, wait a minute.
Maze whole YouTube channels that are
that
directed toward dissecting people's lyrics.
Okay.
So that's why Jay-Z like, let me protect myself so they don't go back.
Okay. I'm curious though. Should the music be not censored? Well, I just don't know that it's good for us. Like, I feel like we be like, yeah, it might kill our kids, but we got a right to kill them with it. They got a right to do it.
No, it's not that. So I done got hip to how white people always want to change the rules when black people start galvanizing and mobilizing. Right now, there's a huge push within the entertainment industry amongst black people for ownership. Like a huge push. There's a huge push against them backhanded contracts that historically have been put in place for us. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. We ain't even got to go too deep into it. But there is a huge push surrounding that with people being like, yes, even though I signed this piece of paper when I was 18, I want my proper just due. So there's a huge push for that. Everybody trying to renegotiate. Who they renegotiating with? These large major record labels. So when black people start to get together and they say, hell no, we won't go, then you see legislation like this that is necessary to protect what Jay-Z and Meek Mill deem to be the perceived empires that they're building up. Because there is really a push for ownership. So I can see Jay-Z and Meek Mill kind of seeing the play like, oh, if we don't pass this bill, then they're going to restrict and our ability to, So I think Jay-Z and Meek Mill playing money games more than anything, but they playing ownership games. Now, is it at the detriment of our children, particularly ones here in Chicago? Yes, it is. 100%. Because we see the videos. We see the impact. Literally.
Here's an interesting comment. Drill music codifies actual murders that have already happened. Murder of young black people. All the excuses we're making is continuing our demise. A 3-year-old was shot in Auburn Gresham last night. Which boogeyman we're going to blame for that? I'm sick of dealing with our own self-genocide. Like, I want freedom of speech, but I think until you 18, you should get your parents. Your parents should have a say in it. Now, I know there's going to be a whole nother plethora of down another rabbit hole, but I just think, like, I couldn't barely listen to Eazy-E, much less be Eazy-E. Mm-hmm. And now mama would be like, my son was Eazy-E. Let's go to the live line. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, all right. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
All right. Yeah, hey, how you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah, one, I disagree with you that the system instead of black people can't make it. We can make it in the system. With this, I mean, you got these Arabs making it, selling chicken, and then you got some damn Koreans selling
Okay, so
ham.
hold on.
Same
Can I do
product.
this? Hey, Femo, check this out, right? Right now, and I'm just say this respectfully because I'm under full-on assault, and our show has been deemed racially insensitive. I'm gonna just ask that you please respectfully refer to all other races on the show in a way that will not allow them to utilize the show as a tool against the opportunity to build black unity. I really am not a believer in censorship, but I definitely want to make sure that I am not being used as a tool. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead with the comment, but I'm just going to ask you to please do me a solid and please refrain from the damn peoples, if you can. Please and thank you. All right, go ahead, brother.
10-4, brother. Got it. I got it. 10-4. The censorship on the YouTube, they can censorship Trump and them causing an insurrection, quote unquote, but these boys out here making these videos causing insurrections on the blocks, but they won't censor them. All the drama they cause, but the other stuff, they all of a sudden now it's locked. Stop it. So the media redlines us, the black community, clearly, especially So especially when it comes to their use of term, especially when it comes to certain groups, demographics, nationalities, you can't say that. But for us, we can just go ham all wild, and then it is causing an insurrection on the blocks. But they're not censoring it. They're supposed to be supposedly violence free or some type of anything that's causing violence, but it's definitely causing violence on the blocks. Number two, a long time ago, when the rap and heavy metal came out, they shut their heavy metal down because them boys, white boys, and them were going a little bit too crazy with it.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Ozzy Osbourne biting off bat heads and blowing up goats, and they was like, "Oh no, stop, cut it out."
But they got ours continue because it was coming in. Because the heavy metal was going heavy into the white community. It was going. I mean, it was cool. But they shut it down. But they ain't making money off at the expense of their kids. But us, it's been this way. And unfortunately, then with YouTube, I thought that you know, when they were saying, "Oh, we can't be doing certain things," you get up there, they up there talking about blasting another person, and it is clearly offensive, but they let it air. But you say something, we say so, you know, something that they, you know, that certain group that they protect. Oh, you shutting it down. So they redline it, then, but they keep everything else that destroys the things that destructive. They don't care really. It's just that, you know, it ain't right.
So I think Riis pointed it out the other day, when he was like, we played that video and they didn't stop us not one time. We didn't get blocked. We didn't get nothing. They didn't talk about no copyrights. It was just gone and popping. And I do think that I do think black people can succeed, but I do think there is cheese put along the way that can be a distraction if you are not focused on a long-term goal. Go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Morning, black people. This is Ed Steve from Dalton.
What's up, brother Steve? We coming out there on Saturday. We coming for K-Day, but we also coming out there for you to do part of our, we going to do the MS Walk in Dalton. What's going on, brother?
Oh, good stuff. Hey, man, good topic, bro. Man, bro, I'm from Pittsburgh. I got a cousin that got killed, and I got a cousin that he had murdered his child, a girl. They were all rappers talking about him on YouTube. None of it got censored. The influence of this rap music on these young brothers who are misguided without families is so crazy. Look how God bless you did. FEG Duff has passed away. That music video of Big, you know, he talks about all these people that died. That got 35 million views, and it's still on YouTube. They got, if you look at when the minister spoke the last lecture, one brother just posted the minister walking out. They flagged the video and said it's hate speech. He didn't say nothing, but they won't flag none of this killing and none of this murdering going on. And it's amazing, from Pittsburgh, small city Pittsburgh. My cousin was rapping like these rappers in Chicago about killing, about guns. I'm gonna take him out. And they're living it and they're doing it. So it's crazy. We gotta start flagging some of this stuff, because the influence on this young generation is so real, and they're actually living this stuff out and acting it out and then rapping about it. It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
All right. Thanks, Brother Steve. Hey, y'all, don't forget the MS Walk out in Dalton. We're going to be out there Saturday after we pick up our lawn signs. Shout out to Celine, who said, what about this argument? If murder is the leading cause of death for young black men, shouldn't art reflect that reality? Shouldn't the emphasis be on changing the reality? Right. I'm with you, Celine. So, again, but it goes back to my point of changing that reality. Do you think that there are people, that reality pays on the stock market?
Another kind of way to look at this too, though, is the only reason why this is so unique because this is really not a unique problem. Like, YouTube is a cesspool of it's just a place where you don't want to just allow young people to be unattended. But think about the cartel music, that Narcos music. Now, we don't know what they saying because we don't speak Spanish, but that's a similar thing that I remember.
What is Narcos music?
You know how they got the let me say this. I don't know if I'm using this right, but you know, the Mexican folk music where they, you know, be I don't speak Spanish.
Not mariachi, but it's like it's narco music. Like, you can literally YouTube it. Like, they be having if you look at the album covers, they be having the AK-47s. It's cartel music. And I remember them talking about this in like 2008 and 9. And if you look on YouTube, you can see the exact same thing. Now, the difference is I don't see no babies. I don't see no babies playing the instruments in the narco music, though, and that's the difference. But I'm pretty sure it impacts their young people just the same way this music impacts our young people. But the difference is, again, you don't see they babies with the switches dancing to the narco music. They probably in the background, though, but you don't see them in the video. They made a TikTok. Stay on TikTok. Yeah, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got callers. We're going to take your call when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTB PM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of The Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said, this is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson. And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:38 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. We head over to sports. The Chicago Cubs first baseman Riis would hit a double up the middle in the 8th to give the Cubbies a 7-5 victory over the Padres. In the WNBA, the Chicago Sky at home taking on the New York Liberty as they would cruise to a victory 83-50. On the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 48 minutes outbound as well. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 55 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 1 hour. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is an hour and 10. Back out to Thorndale will be an hour and 2 minutes. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 1 hour, 42 minutes outbound. On the Bishop Ford is 45 minutes I-80 to the Dan Ryan and 26 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 28 minutes to the Loop, 14 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive, 55th to Jackson will be 13 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 7. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 8 minutes. Randolph to Randolph will be 18. Today's weather, it is currently 77 and sunny. Today will be a high of 84 with a low of 68. I'm Riis the Ruler, and that's Throwback here with Steve Stone on the Maze Jackson Show.
Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach? Playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets. And now we're taking flights from London to Belize. And we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Come on now, we were making love to the first time we last reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Come on now, let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now, let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. Plus in the building, Miss Ruthie Moore. I was just asking you all. should the drill, excuse me, not drill, because I keep y'all keep making me go to drill. That's because it's our instinct. Like our instinct is like the other day when I was like, 5 people was in a mass shooting on the south side until I said back of the yards. We was like, that's 5 black people. And so some of the things that I think, like, and even I catch myself doing, I have these automatic assumptions about when I hear a story, who it is. But should any music be used or videos be used as evidence in a crime, in a court of law?
You know what? I'm even sitting here thinking about the sexual nature of lyrics of some music. And if it's sung by underage people, like, does that also need censorship? I'm taking this to the white side. I'm thinking about Britney Spears dressed up in that schoolgirl costume singing about sex. So
baby,
does that also deserve the same level of censorship?
Baby, can't you be dun 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 dun? That's like the American Pie, not American Pie. What's the other one? Where the guy Kevin Spacey was in love with the cheerleader.
Euro Trip or something.
No. He was in love with his daughter's cheerleading teammate. And yeah. So I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I think a lot of that stuff. Like when first of all, I think like there's certain things. Like my kids probably could never be stars. Cause when it's the curse option, and they be like, they need the foul mouth kid. Sorry, you can't do that. But Dad, I need to say, nope. Sorry. And I just think like there's the price of fame. What did Debbie Allen say? You want fame? Well, fame costs. Right here's where you start paying. I just think that in our space, part of the cheese right now is this drill, which 1 out of 1,000 make it. But if you get the other 999 dead or in jail, it's a win. Now, for who? I don't think I know. But there seems to be an industrial complex built around imprisoning lower class people, of which oftentimes black people fall in. Let's go to the live line. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Caller, should music or videos be admissible evidence in court? Not just black music, any music.
Good morning, Maze and Ruthie. How are you?
All right. Good morning.
Good. Yeah, I think if it's real, yeah, it should be admissible. Just real quickly, I'm a teacher, a band director.
Okay.
And I've seen a change in students. I mean, literally, when Chief Keef came out with his music, you started to see a change in the way kids looked at school, how they related to each other, how they acted, and as years progress up to this point, through Lil Durk and all these other people, I mean, it's just outrageous, and it has an effect on our kids. I mean, music has an effect on people, and I talk to parents and the irresponsibility of parents playing that music, blasting it night and day with their kids, in the cars, in the house, and not really teaching them respect for each other and teaching them the value of education. It's really, this is how we got to this point, I feel. And it's not really about music in general. I mean, we've always enjoyed our music. You don't have to, curse and kill people to create good music. But yeah, I think if you did the crime, you should do the time. Period. All right, thanks.
Thank you. 90s crime bill. cheese, crack, drill. For every one Dirk that is the aspiration to leave the game, to leave the block, be able to go back and do it, he has a counterpart that was doing the same thing that lost. For every one brother that makes it out of the hood with the drill aspiration, we lose, let's say, not 999, but let's say 50. Let's 1 out of 50. So if I got to give one guy $1 million, but I can take out 50, that's a losing proposition. Because then if I still got the paper on the one that's left that drives him off the cliff, then once he don't go off the cliff, then I can come back and get him. I mean, I swear to God, if you watch Snowfall, it's like Franklin with the crack. And it's like, I think we have a confusion because of just because we can means we should. And I think that we also allow our children, we expose our children as if they are adults and can filter and can make the decision. That can't, like, now I'm not saying that you can't stop your kid, like that your kid is not going to get on the video and get on your YouTube and look at videos and be like, whatever. I'm not suggesting that. But what I am suggesting is that the reason we think of it from black, when I talk about it from the black perspective, is because I'll give you the Narcos music. And I would say that the Narcos music, when you talk about what's going on in Mexico and with the Narcos, it's not a good thing. It's like they killing a lot of people. It's heads and bags. It's all type of havoc going on there. I don't think that the people that but what's the matter?
None. I'm just thinking about the proliferation of that, and if you just follow the money.
And so,
because I know they got record labels too,
right? So if you recognize that the cheese is spiked, I just don't know that I'd be like, yo, like if the odds of my kid can eat the cheese, but if he's got a 1 in 50 chance of making it after eating the cheese, don't eat the cheese, son.
You gonna starve?
Son, right? And maybe, either starve or die in the week, right? Now I'm saying, but let's just say that that's one piece of cheese because they've only given you that as the option as a piece of cheese. They don't let you see the steak that's at the end. They put blinders up. So if you don't get distracted, you know how it be the door and the mouse go through the door if he do the right thing and then he can keep going? Mm-hmm. Sort of the same thing. But if you get pulled off by the cheese in the first round, I definitely ain't got to worry about no reparations for you. I ain't got to worry about none of that other stuff. And how many people don't make it past that first round? Look at that Facebook page, look at that YouTube page, and see how many people didn't make it past the first round, past the first pile of cheese. Mm-hmm. Now, starving, or there's a difference between starving and wanting to live lavish. That is also driven, which is why a Givenchy sweatshirt is popular, and they'll buy one and wear that mug out than rather buy 10 whole outfits. So now that's the next piece of cheese. But the cheese is like that's put around the cheese. Right? You don't just got the cheese, we gonna add a little charcuterie around it. Get you a diamond chain, but the whole goal is to get you off that path to the steak. And so that's to me, the music is a trap. But I think that by not addressing it and by allowing our young people to continue to consume it, even though we know it's not good for them, it's like you shouldn't let a 15-year-old smoke. You shouldn't. You just shouldn't. Right? He can. But we as adults probably have some responsibility to stop them from smoking. Now, I think what Tamiko talked about as far as the larger problems, the larger things, but that's why I say like we need to have have lobbyists that represent our interests. Let's go to the live line. Caller, you're on the Mace Jackson Show. Should lyrics be and videos be part of admissible evidence in court. Not just black music.
Good morning, man.
Good morning.
Good
What's up, Anthony?
morning. Not much, man. You know, the funny thing is, this generation, just like all other generations of kids, they don't want to listen to no adults. You know, you have to develop a rapport with, but they don't want to hear what we got to say. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, that's going to lead them into some waters that half of them can't even swim. Okay? But what's going to happen is the feds are going to get involved with a lot of this stuff real soon, coming to a block near you. I live down there by O Block, okay? I keep telling you that, and I see them all day, every day. The other night when they went to busting like maniacs with them pistols, I'm sitting outside and I can hear it. I can see the ambulance and the police cars and stuff like that shooting up and down the block. But see, Brown and Lightfoot, they're like Keystone Cops. When them feds come in and they start driving folks down to the Dirksen Federal Building, that's when it's going to get real. When you sitting there, I don't know how many people have been interviewed by federal investigators. Usually they come with pictures and everything. Is that you? Yeah, that's me. And all that. They come with the evidence already. You already just about convicted when they pick you up. Okay? Mm-hmm. And if you to commit a crime and film it, oh yeah, that's the feds. You doing their homework for them. That's you there. Them the same gym shoes, all that type of stuff. We got you. They ain't gonna come pick you up till they got you. And then you're gonna go down that little ramp to the Dirksen Federal Building. Next thing you gonna know, you're gonna be sitting in an air conditioned room, can't even breathe, it's so cold in there. But it's gonna be a wrap, yo. Trust me. And they coming. Because once the federal government starts getting involved with developing cases, they ain't wasting no money. They coming to get you, man. And these kids, they don't know nothing about no fed. They used to go on 26th Street and getting released on I-bonds and all that stuff. Man, they don't know where they're headed. Talk to somebody that knows. Trust me, they don't want no smoke.
Okay, Anthony, I appreciate your call, my brother. I'm telling y'all got the 96 crime bill. It's like after the crack get kind of crazy, people just say, just make it stop. I don't care what you got to do. Just like you said, to starve, people say that's the same choice they start to make between them and their grandkids. Starve, die in my neighborhood, lock them up. Bring them here. We gonna make you scream so loud that you gonna ask us. We gonna let it get so bad you gonna ask us. And you not gonna stop your kid from eating the cheese. So that cheese, he gonna be whistling more people like, look, it's sweet over here. Get everybody take a bite of the cheese. One person got the immune system, all 49 other ones gone. He gone to eat the steak. But as he's eating the steak, young thug, we did everything we wanted to do with your people. So now we want all of that too. We want everything we gave you back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What you got for me?
Yo, what's good, bro? What's happening? What's up, Riis? What's up, Ruthie?
Yo, what's up, Devo?
Hey, man. Just I'm not with it as a connoisseur of hip hop for the past.
You can't call that
30 plus years.
Down south Project Pat hip hop. That's country
bro.
rap.
Hey, man.
Fake bears.
Hey, well, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, that's fine too. But remember, the same city that made Chief Keef and Lil Durk is the same city that made Common and Kanye West. So you was in Chicago when it was prior to the drill music. You was here. You're a leading person that brought hip hop into Chicago and made it mainstream. So you were in the pilot seat to see the trajectory that it was going in. You know what I'm saying? So, like Salim said, if this is what's going on in the hood, what have the politics done to make it better? Nothing. And that's the whole thing. That's literally why we're having this whole conversation about all this stuff that's going on. The politics have contributed to the environment, the YouTube environment. My daughter is 7 years old, and she get on the YouTube on the tablet. She saw something on YouTube that freaked her out. You can't pay her to go on YouTube no more. Suzanne Sugarbaker flags the video on YouTube. They don't take the YouTube videos down. They're complicit. You played that song the other day. They didn't say nothing. If you would have played Positive Black, they would have flagged it in a heartbeat. They know what they're doing, bro. They know it. Wallow 267 interviewed Wallow and Gilly the Kid on their podcast, interviewed Young Thug and his crew, and Wallow told them what was going to happen. The kids don't listen. Last night, I had the pleasure of introducing myself to Don Dirt. A lot of y'all may not know who he is, and some of y'all probably do know who he is. I took a picture with him and sent it to my little homies. Those are the people that need to be talking to the youth. Invest in their platform, City, so that they can talk to the youth and redirect their trajectory. Keep your music, do your music. Because when the music changes back to a more positive rhythm, then they going to say, oh, see, now they over there congregating and being positive again. We going to have to come with another cheese. Why does Public Enemy have the B-boy behind the scope? Because they knew that they was always going to be a target. And they had positive hip-hop. Keep the hip-hop, change the trajectory, change the marketing of Black Death on the radio airwaves. Them people killing, they not listening to you. Why is your platform not bigger? Oh, well, because it's made. It's made. Nah, bro. Your platform should be even bigger. You don't talk about killing nobody. You don't talk about hurting nobody. Truth is the truth. So, all right, man. That's all I got, man. But don't take away my rap music, bro.
All right.
Because when it goes back, we gonna want it back, and then we gonna own it.
Okay, I gotta
start you a label, bro.
Nah, I'm through with that label. I tried that before. Thanks, Devo. Look, y'all, I want to thank everybody from WBGX 1570. Y'all check us tomorrow, 6:30 to 8. Thank you to all the Saints. We are going to y'all tune in though, because we got some more stuff to talk about. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We got callers on the line? Ain't no more callers? All right, so look, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll start a new topic. But Ruthie, like, dang, I was just finna be a drill star. I saw you and Tyrone last night. Tyrone was like, play a track, put a track up.
I said, we ain't got no music today.
Tyrone want to battle Ruthie so bad.
He's going to pull his phone out, start playing on his phone. Here you go, Ruthie, hunt. And then he going to pull out some earbuds and hunt. You put one in your ear, I put one in my ear.
I've been writing the perfect rap.
She's ready.
No, okay, well, be careful. You know these raps. You all put these words in these raps, and
I know,
you rappers,
right?
We're not against you rappers, but we are against you thugs. Right?
Thugs. No, I like Bone Thugs.
Bone Thug, it's the thuggish, ruggish bone. I remember the first time I heard that. What was that? Was it the first of the month?
First of the month.
It's the first of the month. I was like, what is this? My cousins in Ben Harbor was like, you got to hear this. I was like, man, if you don't get.
Yeah, first time I heard I had some cousins in Park Forest. Like, what is this?
Bone Thugs. Man,
this sounds really nice.
This sounds really cornball.
Well, really at the time, like low key, my family was living one of them, first of the month type of lifestyle. So the song like resonated if you lived the first of the month type of lifestyle, because it really was like a hood holiday straight up. So
really?
Arab, you get to go to town, like
not to town,
straight up. If people within earshot, if you know what I'm talking about, if you had to live on the first. It was like it's a holiday, a hood holiday, straight up. Everything stopped, so you can go to town.
Really?
First of the month. Cash your checks and get up. Yes.
I really wasn't too. I thought it was the day that you made a lot of money.
Depending on
the brothers used to always
the first is a holiday for a lot of different reasons. Whether you serving it or getting served, like, or just going to the store to get some food.
That's what I thought it was about. Like, I thought it was about the fact that on the first, I used to be like,
you gotta listen to the song, Maze.
I won't be listening to none of the songs.
That's
I'll be like, what? Let me tell you, I listen to so many songs that I didn't know that Ja Rule was as nasty as he was. Because I always heard the radio version.
So I'm a lyrics person. Like, if I'm listening to music, I probably can say all of the lyrics because I'm a lyrics person. That's what I listen for is lyrics. Beats, they cool, but I'm listening to lyrics.
I used to be a very lyrical. That's why I like Jay. But I feel like the art, like, it ain't no cleverness now. It's just like, I rode him and I shot him and I killed him, then I shot him, then I smoked him and I rode him and I rode him, then I smoked him.
Okay.
You would.
That sound like some
wood.
Some of that new music.
Don't be no wood. Let me take you with my wood. We gonna roll you like a wood.
Or you don't want to be a pack.
You don't want to be what kind of pack is it?
A pack. You just don't want to be a pack.
But they got a certain kind of pack. Like, they be like a smoke pack or something they call it. Anyway, I can't watch it because let me tell you why I don't really want to watch them drill videos, because I feel like them kids be young enough. Like, I just don't want to see somebody I know kid in one of them things. Right? Like, I was looking at them kids like, are y'all really in a room with everybody with a laser scope, which is 100% illegal? Everybody is an accessory to the crime, and y'all don't even got them.
But you can always say this is entertainment, this is a prop, this is freedom of expression.
Right up until what do they do, Ruthie, when they want to use you? Change the rules.
And you know, honestly, we would be naive to think that they're not gathering all of this information. Remember, we live in a drag net security society, which means that they're going to be in the boat. They're going to drop the net and take everything so that, like May's saying, when they got to go back to use it, they can just push the button and go back because they're gathering everything. It's called dragnet. We taking it all.
And then they tell you, well, you can still be the boss. Just go get everybody else. Like, at a certain point, you know, you got to be like, okay. Like, you know how Jay did his deal for his girl with the feds, which is why he didn't get involved in the Trump race. Same thing. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Broken screen, crash system. Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop, located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments. Ha 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha 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 ha. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it ha 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha 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 ha. Look, and check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check. tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell them to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city, we built this city. Back, put this country together and gave him hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants, they pay the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Now no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Now no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it high. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reach the Ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore.
think I'm gonna become a rapper.
And I thought you already were.
Think about making it official.
How do you officially make yourself a rapper? I was
You
asking.
drop that beat for you, Ruthie?
No, I'm just gonna start a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start doing like beefs and diss tracks, like political, and then can't nobody say nothing because it's freedom of speech, freedom of expression.
Gotta make sure before you say everything that I say is all props. The things that I used in this video and the lyrics that I use are just all props to make a fictional.
Yep. And they're going to take this and they're going to clip this moment and they're going to put it as a date and time stamp and say, DJ Riis the Ruler advised the drill rappers how to avoid the...
What? Riis ain't got to do that. That's what you think the major record labels do.
Props. These are not
pew,
real.
pew, 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 pew.
These instances never, ever happen, nor do we have anything related to any other incidents that may have happened.
Got to get a disclaimer.
Man.
The thoughts and views expressed.
Right. I do need a disclaimer.
You do.
Because I was like, I'm really being held responsible for I was just looking at this thing and it's like, it really ain't me.
Somebody said
on the Maze Jackson show. And now we demand.
We not asking, we demanding.
It's the Maze Jackson show. And then when I be telling people don't do it, it's considered a hooting sound instead of no.
What is that?
Definitely.
I had to Google that. Like, what is that?
I was just in definitely was an error. Actually, it wasn't even a hooting sound. It was a correction. Left out words because you actually said, I don't think you should call
Don't give them too much, Reed. Don't give them too much.
So, actually.
So you got it?
Yeah.
So I want it clipped.
Actually.
I want it clipped.
Hootie hoo!
Yeah, right.
And I want it clipped. Right? Like, because for real, like, this is dangerous. So get the clip, because I think, again, people will very often can tell a story. Narrative and perspective matters.
They say perception is reality, right?
100%.
And it's something when people try to alter your perception of your reality. Actually, it's called gaslighting. There's a psychological term.
What is gaslighting, Ruthie? Could you break it down? I want you to read the definition.
Let me Google a good one.
What is gaslighting?
Gaslighting, and I think that this is a classic case. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse and manipulation. Gaslighting happens when an abuser or bully makes you question your beliefs and perception of reality. Because remember, your perception is your reality. And so if somebody makes you question your perception of your reality, that is considered to be gaslighting. And, when you think about it in context of power, it's if you have power, you can gaslight people who don't have as much power as you in an instance to maintain your power. And so I think gaslighting is always difficult because sometimes you don't even really know that you're being gaslit unless you have a good understanding of what it means. But it's like those moments. Just as a black person in America, you have these feelings of, am I crazy? Because my perception and my reality ain't matching up with what you trying to tell me. So it's like it's always like an internal battle where you feel like you crazy because your perception is your reality. Like your historical truth is your historical truth. And I think part of it is when you learn about history and then your perception, you become grounded in your perception. When people come and try to shake that perception and you ain't going, I think extreme measures have to be taken to alter your perception or to make your perception seem inferior, so that the powers that be can maintain the power. So that's what gaslighting is. So, but you know what? We hip to gaslighting. I would recommend everybody look up gaslighting. Just Google it. Google gaslighting and look at it in the context of relationships. Look at it in the context of politics. Look at it in the context of culture and look at it in the context of history. And I'll tell you the main topic that I feel like people trying to gaslight black people is about reparations. but I will not be gaslit about reparations. You cannot change the historical perception of what happened to me and my people. No matter how many times you try to tell me that it ain't happened like that, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I ain't going. I refuse to be gaslit as a black person because my perception is my perception. Like, I have historical memory. It's in my DNA. I'm clear on where my people came from. I'm clear of my connection to the Bible.
The Maze Jackson Show, where we've been labeled. I'm gonna save some of my comments for a little bit later, but I want to go to a topic that when I saw it, Ruthie, and I saw my boy Elon Musk talking, I thought about you. And I thought about Riis and his Why Money Ain't Free song.
Oh, I love that song.
Matter of fact, bring it back up. Go ahead, put Why Money Ain't Free up. We go run it underneath it. Elon Musk said that in places like China, America, they're going to outwork us and build the better companies because in China, people work, they want to work. That they are building super companies that will power us through the future. Meanwhile, Americans are trying to figure out how not to work. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started reading the examples, and they was like in China, they made people bring mattresses, air mattresses in a sleeping bag and sleep in the office. I was kind of like, well, Elon, that's borderline slavery, bro. That's like borderline slavery. But it got me to thinking, do Americans still want to work?
Not giving up, not sleeping in the office.
No, but Ruthie, could you be comfortable never working? Like if you got,
I still get money?
If you get $5,000 a month, they give you 5 stacks a month, and they give you a vanilla box house.
About $52,000 a year.
Yeah,
and a house. Yeah, I would be okay with that.
And not working at all?
No, I can do what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Undergird me, baby. I want to go be an artist and look at the clouds.
Riis, if you had the chance to not work, do you feel like you need to work?
What you mean by need?
Like, if you didn't need money, like if you knew you had you had $50,000 a month and you had a crib and a car, would you work still?
Probably not for people.
Okay.
Would you, Maze?
Yes. No, I wouldn't work for people.
Yeah, I won't work for people.
I work for myself, but let me ask a question. If they gave you the option to say $50,000, but that's your max, but we give you a crib and a car.
Now, see, you done threw in the max part. No.
Well, I'm saying that's you.
I can't earn no more.
You can't work. So how about 100? 100,000. You can't work, but you got to live here.
I would. Yes, if you give me yes. And I get to do whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably start a family and just literally just raise my family.
5 stacks a month. 5 stacks a month.
Why you keep taking it down low?
No, that's 50,000 and 5 stacks a month.
First it was 100, now it's back down to 50.
No, okay, I'm back to the 100. Okay. So for $100,000 a year, would you tap out and just accept? So you can't work no more. You can't make no more.
Maze, I would not tap out. I would.
You can't earn no more.
I'm fine with that. I will retool and focus on a family. If I could get 100 stacks and all I got to do is just I can literally raise a family. Yes, I would do that. I would homeschool. I would do a lot of different things. If I just 100 stacks free and clear, what you gonna do with it? Can't earn no more. Okay, cool. Put the focus back on family.
Okay. Until the government say, hey,
See, don't be adding in no little extra
you don't think
stuff.
there's no cost for five? You don't think
See,
there's
you
no
ain't
cost?
say it was no cost.
Ruthie, it's a cost.
You can't never have a regular hypothetical. You always got to add in some extra.
Ruthie, if I gave you $100,000 a month, you gotta wear the same clothes.
See, you ain't say that at
Okay,
first.
but for $50,000 a month with a crib and a car, and you just gotta wear a red dress.
Red is my favorite.
No
color.
mask though.
Red is my favorite color.
Okay, so yeah,
I
same
have
dress
to-
every day.
Damn, every day.
Yeah, it's clean. It's clean.
Oh,
You
okay.
wash it.
Okay, sure.
Ruthie ready to be a handmaid job.
No, I'm ready to get 100 bands free and clear. What do you mean? But I know money ain't free.
Now, would you raise that family a complete family, or would you raise it as a paid mom who got her own money that don't?
No, because I'm looking for a husband to take his 100 G's, put it with my 100 G's. Now we got literally, you got two black people making 200 G's. We upper echelon.
You think until inflation go up and that 100,000 is now
And gas
worth it.
is 50 a gallon.
Yep, and they get you right. Okay, so I was just wondering, do Americans still want to work? Do you still want to work? Is there a number?
No, man. Nobody wants to leave their house and their family to go earn profits.
I do.
That's you. But listen to the last part. To earn profits that ain't even for yourself. I don't think people mind working if it's for yourself, but the profit margins have been kind of skewed. How you making 500,000 and I'm making 5? You want me to leave my house? I know, because you assume all the risk as the business owner. I know what you're gonna say.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I took all the risk.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta. If you don't sell a thing, I still gotta pay you. If you don't bring
Unless
in
I'm working on commission.
Well, yeah, but there's no full time. Who's working on commission?
But check this out though.
Unless you were selling cars.
Ooh, commissions is high now with the overprice of the stickers.
Yes.
But so say the flip side though, and I'm earning you these record profits, and you as the boss, you get to keep 500%, and I get 1%. That ain't right.
Sure it is. I pay for the raw material. I pay for it.
Yeah, but without the worker pushing the buttons to make the stuff go, it ain't gonna happen.
That's why robots is coming.
So, find them.
Huh? They coming.
Find them.
They are.
Look
at the auto industry. I found them already.
Find them.
I'm telling you. I was just at a presentation the other day where
You
a robot.
still gonna need somebody to push them buttons.
Yep. But again, here we go back to the chief to the drill joint.
Mm-hmm.
You need one person to do the job of 50. So
Yes.
so it's attrition.
Yes.
So again, you're right. I need two people where I used to have to pay 50. And I could buy the robot for 10,000 and it's gonna last me 10 years.
But see, but the reason why capitalism will fail in this sense is because when you only got those two people, you still ain't gonna pay them. You're gonna be like, "Woo, I could pay them less. I only got two." That's how greed be taking over.
So I don't know if I feel that way. I feel like if you got valuable employees and you got the profit to go, then you give it to them.
Sound good, Maze, but most of the time, more profit mean more profit for the people at the top.
But you see, that's when you be counting other people's money. So if $100,000 is let's just say, and I pay you $100,000, but I make $10 million. Well, but you said 100,000. What's the problem?
Did I as the worker help you to get to that?
Yeah, you help, but what value does your work have?
A more fair rate.
So let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
So if I sold a hamburger,
okay,
for $1 million,
okay,
I found a Kobe beef burger.
Mm-hmm.
I went and found a cow, and then I sold it. And I said, Ruthie, I need you to make the burger, fry it.
Okay.
Now I bought the cow. I done got the buns.
Mm-hmm.
I done slaughtered the cow. I done everything because I know that once this cooked burger is done, it's gonna be $1 million burger.
Mm-hmm.
You spent 7 minutes cooking the burger.
Mm-hmm.
You hand the burger off.
Mm-hmm.
How much money should you get?
Depends on what the agreed upon rate was.
You work for $20 an hour making a hamburger. Do I owe you more than that for that burger?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay.
But as you can see, when the Great Resignation happened and workers get smart enough to start looking at them paperworks, and I see, well, damn, May sold this burger for $1 million and he paying me $20 an hour. Guess what I'm gonna do? Boop, I'm out. Find you a robot or cook that burger yourself.
Mm-hmm. And if I knew I could make them, and again, I'd do it for a minute, but I'm going to solve the manpower problem.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, sure.
Workers' rights.
I got you. I think workers' rights. I just don't have to have as many.
Guess what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to cook it yourself, and that's why you end
guess
up
what?
doing
So
it yourself.
Then I'll pay $50 an hour, and somebody will sell the hamburger.
No, you won't. You won't, because corporate profit, the way that it works.
Not
is,
if I made $1 million.
It ain't gonna matter, because listen, studies show that no matter how much they make at the top, it does not trickle down, and that's the problem with capitalism and corporate profits in America. And that's why people are leaving these jobs. That's why people are saying, hell no, we won't go. I ain't finna work for $15 because I know you just made $15 million.
I think that's the perception. Most small business owners don't make $15 million. Just saying. Yep. It's the Maze Jackson show, boy. I told you, Ruthie.
I tell you about these. Woo,
Ruthie,
goodness gracious.
Look at you. Just want to have a free. Oh, I can't.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me?
Because if I did, then it would have no value. And so you could have, again,
the value is perceived anyway, Maze.
Ruthie, I got you. So I perceive this hamburger, and I'm gonna perceive my dinner. Right? I agree. It's a perception. That's why I want to start investing in gold. Right? Like in just hard gold. But what do you think, what are we owed for being not slave?
Because I'm about to give you a number.
Okay.
Finna say, look historically at the other groups that got reparations, and I want mine too. We got a model.
We're not allowed to really talk about that, because then it might. Don't gaslight me.
That was me
gaslighting me. I'm feeling a little way today, so I can't take it. I can't take the pressure. Ruthie.
Why money ain't free? I do,
Ruthie. Because can I tell you, I have $100 million. I have $100 million bill from Zimbabwe. That's free money. And you know what you could buy with that $100 million bill?
Nothing.
You can't even buy a loaf of bread. So, but the money is it can be close to free. But again, if it's free, how much value do you put on it? Right?
I mean, I don't.
What do you value that you have free? Come on.
Sunshine.
Let's see.
Walking outside, the sounds of nature, leaves crunching underneath my feet, the laughter of my people.
You don't need
a
no
hug
money
from a loved one.
You don't need no money for that.
But I'm just saying,
what you need money for?
Some things don't require money.
I agree,
and I appreciate those things way more than anything
I
could buy. Straight up, man. Money don't really move me like that. Money don't really move me like that.
So then, why you always trying to take somebody money? Then why you want more? Goodness gracious! If it don't move you, what you need more than $15 an hour for, girl?
A mortgage. Otherwise, they gonna move me.
Why money ain't free, right?
And it should be
if money was free, your mortgage would not be payable in cash. They would be like, we don't want money.
I shouldn't even have a mortgage. Everybody should just get a house.
Okay, so when you get your house, though,
I know it got to be the same color. You can't paint it.
And it's gonna be made out of
socialism.
Brick.
Socialism.
I can't believe how far we. This is why we got where we are. Because Ruthie Moore and y'all, do y'all remember there was a time when socialism was just like a bad thing?
But we are living in a place in America where we see that that capitalism has taken our country to a place that we in trouble. Like, we are in trouble. Like, all of these disparities that we got in everything, like, we are literally in trouble. So America is like, okay, if we gonna preserve this experiment, we might need to undergird some of these people. I want reparations personally. I don't want universal basic income. That's just the way that America is just gonna try to ignore what they owe black people. And I ain't going. I refuse to be gaslit about reparations. I want it. And if any group tell you that black people should not get reparations, you should side-eye them and look back into their history to see what they people done got.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back after these messages.
Why can't you just give it? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep you and me.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breaching security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history. All because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed. To certain rights we are not granted. The media's the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. That is terrorism.
Don't phone them grave.
Shout out to Ness. Shout out to Janess.
I like how you did that.
Ness and Janess. Martin. They're probably like, say my real name. Shout out to everybody. Hey, man. So I got a concern about labels. I have a concern about labels. There is an inference in the universe that the Maze Jackson Show is an anti-show. And so the genesis of the Maze Jackson Show was my Facebook page, in which at a very early age, I decided that at a very young point, I said that I was going to talk about things and open up conversations that people were traditionally fearful to have. That people were initially fearful to have. I think it started during Trayvon Martin. It was probably the first time, and I remember, Ruthie, I used to have comments that would go into 200s, 300s. And people from all over the country, regardless of whether they were black, white, Asian, Latino, whatever, expressed their feelings. And over the years, I have often courted controversial topics. I cannot lie and say I shy away from them. Conversations that oftentimes can be uncomfortable, but necessary. I remember going out to AM 560 and remember I used to have a show with Joe Walsh, and it was uncomfortable conversations, and we had discussions. And what we really found was that we had different perspectives because of where we came from, where we grew up, who we knew, what our experiences were. There would often be very broad generalizations. I remember Joe Walsh would be like, you people or your people. And I remember being like, if I am going to operate in this space, I cannot wear my feelings on my sleeve. Like, if I'm going to try to genuinely create an opportunity to create understanding, I'm not going to always just say the standard narrative, right? I mean, I think there are things that, whether real, perceived conceptions, misconceptions, that if we never talk about, we never get to the bottom of. We never understand the differences between each other. I mean, I would tell you that I've learned a lot, but I would say that on our show, can we honestly agree that anybody can get it? Like, we probably spend way more time talking about black folks than any other groups. And so I am very concerned about the labels that are being attached to the show. Personally, professionally, and then obviously because of my family. Throughout this campaign cycle, throughout my entire media career, I have shared thoughts, opinions, sometimes informed, sometimes uninformed. Sometimes it's something I heard, sometimes it's something I know, sometimes it's something I just want to throw out there to have a conversation about. But yesterday, was communicated to me that there was the potential that the show could be considered hate-filled, anti-specific groups, and that's not ever who I've ever wanted to be in the spot. I want to be a little controversial, a little edgy. Right? I want to talk. I feel like I want to give you insight to the way Chicagoans talk. But never, ever, ever would I ever want it to be communicated that I'm involved in the hate or anti any specific race. Race, color, creed, class, sexual orientation. And I recognize that in politics it's a dirty game. But I do think that it is tremendously disconcerting I never, again, like if some, it was been communicated to me that the Maze Jackson show has become a platform to allow hate to be launched. A launch pad for hate. And I gotta tell you, that really threw me off. Because there's never been a time where I've ever wanted to be perceived that way. Like, I talk smack about everybody. Black, white, Asian, Latino. But it's put me in a... And I never want to do anything that would be harmful to my family. So I just got to make sure, one, that everybody that tunes into the Maze Jackson show knows that there is no hate here for any group, any specific. And I recognize we're in a unique time in the world. As a black man in America, I often see the results of years of disinvestment in our community, in the black community specifically. And as you know, I've been a vociferous advocate for us, never against anyone. But I need to be clear that this is not a show that promotes hate. Should never be looked at as a platform that hate can be launched from. I've always, people have always told me, Maze, you shouldn't let everybody be on the page. And I've always said that I really feel like my job here is to create understanding, to create a space where black people could feel free to say and express what concerns they have without being judged. Our experiences are unique. Our experiences are different. But this is the What's in It for the Black People media channel. And it has been my sincere... I have hoped that by being open and by not trying to close it down, the reason that Jim from Elgin can call and y'all could be like, get him off, is because I have always wanted to be able to expose us to different thoughts, viewpoints, and opinions. To hash it out. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk it out. Help me get an understanding. And I think we're in a unique space, which I think even as we talk about liberty, where conversations need to be had. But I would tell you that I don't know that the way to build bridges and rapport when genuine concerns exist is through hurling of really detrimental things. So, let me say that it's never been my intent to hurt, harm, or cause anyone to feel hated, threatened. I feel like if anybody calls the Maze Jackson Show, regardless of their opinion, regardless of what the commenters say, regardless of where they come from, they have an opportunity to share their viewpoint. I never want that to be mistaken as hate. Never. And so I just think as we continue to do the Maze Jackson Show, I want to be clear, this is not a platform for hate. I want to be clear that never was the intent of any show that we've ever done to single out any race, group, or creed and make them less than, or to shine, or to encourage hate. I've had some real experiences, and the goal of the show has always been to provide insight, to give you a different perspective from what's in the headlines. And I got to tell you, I was not only shocked and appalled, I was hurt. Still am hurt. Because every day I get up to serve what I believe is my people. I may not always get the words right. I may think I'm a little funnier than I am. I think I'm pretty funny though. But I've never talked or spoke about anybody with a malicious bone in my body. I have, and there's nobody that's been safe. And I apologize for putting my wife in a position where she could potentially have to, first of all, she is not responsible for anything that I say or anything that the callers say. And right now, my sincerest concern is that they are trying to hang comments of callers, me, on an ultimately qualified person. I'm willing to take whatever it is. I'm willing to take my whoopings. I'm willing to do whatever I need to do. But it's a frustrating space when, even after 10 years of public service, an impeccable career, graduating from one of the top colleges in the country, managing a $1.2 billion budget, that as a woman and a black woman, she still has to answer for what happens in my space. And I understand politics and I understand campaigns. I tell you about it every day. And I'm not going to lie and say it wouldn't have been an exploitable opportunity. But I got to make sure that it is clear, no matter what anybody says, that I do not avow hate speech. But also that that woman is the smartest, most intelligent, beautiful person that I know. And I would rip off my right arm before I would do anything to cause her any hurt, harm, or danger. So you got to imagine that when she's being forced to wear the words from my big mouth or the words from the calls and callers, it has to stop. It has to stop. And so, y'all, over the next few days, I'm gonna be doing a variety of different things. Be talking to some people, but I want to make sure that the black community is clear, because I saw black people jumping on a bandwagon, who have sat here in my chair, who, when we're in times of need or challenge, came to our platform. I just want to be 100% clear. I do not believe in hate for anybody. And it is tremendously disheartening to even be accused of that when essentially I try to come here as a servant to our people. But I need for you to know that even as this storm comes, I'm forced to go back to the 23rd Psalm. I read it yesterday, and you all probably know it. But I would hope that in this time and through this storm, that you will remember that I'm only here because I love my people. And I wanted to create a safe space for us to have real conversations. Not always the nicest, not always, but I need for you all to be a shield. There are going to be people that are going to say and do things. And I tell you, politics is a dirty game. But you know that there are certain things that if you throw into the universe, change the dynamics. And I'm not asking for myself at all. I'm asking for the people that know what we do, that know where we are, that know why we're here, that we've changed the dynamic, the trajectory of black folks. That y'all be a hedge around my wife. I'm going to do what I got to do. But I would pray that we do not, after everything, allow them to come in the house and take another person. I'm happy to go. I'll do my part. But I'm going to ask you, as our listening audience, to please be a hedge of protection around my wife. I don't ask y'all for too much. But there are things that are going to be hurled at her using this platform. She has never, not one time, ever seen a script. Never, not one time. And I can imagine the horror because she gave it to me. I can imagine the horror of opening up a tweet and seeing that you are being accused of hate when all you've ever done is try to be and live a certain way that you can be an example. Over my course and over my time, I have probably offended many groups, powerful groups, on the path to trying to help us read and count. But I must be clear. That my wife has never really ever said anything bad about anybody. Has strived to be an example. And I have refrained from even talking very much about this campaign because I did not want to be a liability. But the inference that this platform that was built in love of our people is now being positioned as a platform from which to launch hate. I'm going to tell you, not only is it disconcerting, it's scary because we know how it goes. And so I'm going to one more time ask you and all y'all out here, to be a hedge of protection around President Carrie K. Steele. I often tell y'all she has done everything right except marry me. And I never, ever, ever wanted to be a liability. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to say I'm sorry, but you can't. I don't want to be just encouraged. I want you to be a hedge of protection around Carrie. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to take my whoopings. I'm going to do what I got to do. But to allow this unblemished public servant who has been an example to us all, an inspiration to young women, to have her whole life minimized to something that happened on the Maze Jackson show. Yeah, I need your help. Not for me. I'm just asking. No hate to anyone. Never, ever was my intent. If you felt like I would never, it would hurt me to know that somebody left the Maze Jackson show feeling hate, that there was hate. I feel like as soon as I can talk to anybody, you could read and believe all the press releases, but when you sit down, you recognize that I just got questions. So look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. This is not the home of hate. And I'm just going to one more time ask you all, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, to be a hedge of protection around us as we make it through this. Look, y'all, I got to get up out of here. What's the matter, Ruthie? Why are you making that face?
We got phone banking. Still on the business. Come out, support phone banking tonight. TP Carrie Steele for assessor.
Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. For Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, every single day I ask the question, what's in it for the black people?
It don't stop!
And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhood with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.